Do you want to make progress towards your goals? To achieve the things that you want to achieve, you got to move toward them. You can't achieve all your big goals in one day, one fell swoop. No, you got to make progress. Do you want to make progress? Well, if not, you're in the wrong place. If you do want to make progress towards your goals, then you are definitely in the right place because we're getting ready to start a Make Progress series on the Enjoy Life podcast. So it's a great time for you to be here. This is the Enjoy Life podcast. If you feel overwhelmed or stuck and you want to break free so that you can find your power to take action to achieve your goals and enjoy life, then you're in the right place. Welcome, my friend. I am glad that you're here. My name is Nick Maisie, and it's my desire to be your guide through this material so that you can choose your mindset, goals, and actions so you can guide your life to go in the direction that you want to go and enjoy it. Now let's dive right in. Well, hello and welcome to episode 200 Enjoy Life podcast. As always, I am thrilled that you're here and joining in. And hey, it's episode 200. Woohoo! This is I guess a little bit of a milestone. I think it's pretty cool. In all actuality, I guess I've probably made about 400 or so podcast episodes in my time. But we're just going to count this for the 200th episode of this podcast. It's kind of funny, though. If you go back to the very beginning of the feed, if you ever scroll back, a couple hundred episodes, to the very beginning, you'll notice that the podcast was called Eat Your Elephant. Because, once again, it was all about goals, but it was about you taking one bite at a time, doing one small thing at a time to make progress towards your goals. Well, over the course of 200 episodes, I guess the titles changed, the little cover art for the podcast has changed, and some of the stuff has changed. Not everything, though. I'm still all about trying to help you so that you can achieve your goals, so that you can guide your life to go where you want it to go. So the topics have all stayed the same pretty much throughout those 200 episodes. If you don't like hearing about taking action, making progress, caring for your well-being, setting those goals, doing what you can do to guide your life, to make it what you want it to be, to make the best of your situation, if all that stuff just rubs you wrong, then that's okay. I'm not going to stop talking about it because that's what all my material is about. And there's a little bit of dad life and getting out into nature somewhere in there too. But no, I'm going to continue to do this. We're on episode 200 and I am not stopping. Since I'm not stopping and I don't want you to stop in pursuing your goals, then I thought episode 200 would be a perfect time to start a series on making progress. Just to start a new series all about just different things that you can do, small little tidbits each episode to help you to make progress towards your goals so that you can achieve the things that you want to achieve and enjoy life. So I want to help you. So we're going to have a little series on this, on how to do this. And I want to take a few things that I've just kind of learned from me pursuing this podcast, hitting the 200 episode mark, just to share with you one thing that really helped me to keep pushing through. Because I imagine just like my goal to have a podcast that helps people achieve their goals and to take ownership of their lives and all that good stuff that I want to share in my podcast with you, just like my goal of having that podcast, your goals can't all be achieved in one fell swoop. You can't do it all at once. And I imagine that your goals are going to take some time. I imagine that your goals are going to take some commitment, some dedication, and a whole lot of hard work. And when you're working toward your goals, when you're working hard toward those big goals that you have, the things you want for your life, the things that are important and valuable to you, while you're working toward them, there might be a time where you feel like quitting, when you feel like giving up, when you just feel like, hey, I'm just tired of continuing to push and push for this goal. Well, if that ever happens to you or it's happened to you or you're there right now, then I hear you. And I've been there. I've been there. This podcast is like the episode or the example I'm using. I've been there a lot. I did not feel like recording an episode. I just didn't feel like putting in the work, thinking through the material, making a plan for it, or even just getting in front of the mic and recording it. There's been plenty of times like that. This, if you noticed, I don't interview people for this podcast. Like it's me. Hey, hi, I'm Nick. I'm the podcast. It's me. And so I definitely get not feeling like doing the work sometimes. It happens kind of all the time. Or not all the time, but it happens frequently. But I have to have certain things that I can do for myself to be able to keep myself moving forward, because even if I don't feel like doing the work, I still have that goal of having this podcast that has that can reach people, that can reach you, to share a positive and encouraging message for you and your life and your goals. And so if I don't go back and figure out ways to keep me moving forward, to keep me doing the work, to keep me taking action, if I don't do that, then I won't achieve that goal. The same is true for you. If you don't find ways to get yourself to do the work when you don't feel like it, then you're not going to achieve your goals. You're not going to make that progress. One of the things that has been crucial, just immensely instrumental in me continuing to put out these episodes, is going back to my why. Going back to the reason I want a podcast. See, when I don't feel like doing the work, when I don't feel like, as I said, sitting down in front of the microphone, or if I don't feel like, thinking through the material and making a calendar, plans and show notes, and all the different things that go into it, when I don't feel like doing that, well, if I didn't have a way to get myself to take that action anyways, none of it would get done. And so I have to go back and remember, when I don't feel like it, I remind myself of the reason why I want the podcast. Well, I want this podcast because it's important to me. It is really important to me, with all the negative junk, when all the stuff out there. I'm going to throw out that word stuff and not say what I prefer to say, because we're going to keep this podcast clean. 200 episodes in, and we're going to keep it clean. All that stuff out there is not helping people live the lives, not helping people to live the lives that they want. I want to have a positive, encouraging message out there, because I believe it's my responsibility to take this message and spread it so that you can be encouraged, so that maybe some of that junk won't reach your ears because you're busy listening to a positive message. And maybe you'll get a little bit of encouragement. And maybe that encouragement will help you to take action and improve your life just a hair by moving a little bit closer to one of your goals. And maybe you'll repeat that because you'll keep hearing my positive, encouraging message, and you'll get a little closer to your goals, and your life will become a little bit more how you want it to be. And you'll realize that you have power to choose your mindset and your goals and your actions, because you've heard a message that was relentless, that did not give up, and spreading some positive encouragement for you in your life. See, when I think about that reason I want this podcast, it hits my core, my values. It hits who I am. And then when I really, especially when I say it out loud, but when I really get in and focus on my reasons why I want a podcast, and this works for any goal, the reason why you want that goal, when you really focus in on that, especially when you say it out loud, say your reasons why out loud, declare them to the universe, why you want to achieve your goal. Then all of a sudden, the little feeling of not feeling like doing the work, it's minuscule. It means nothing, because you have honed in on that driving motivation of why you have to achieve your goal, why no matter what comes your way, you're going to achieve that goal. When you really get in on that why, that reason that drives you, you can overcome any of the feeling of not wanting to do the work. And that's one thing that's helped keep me going forward with this podcast. Honestly, it's kind of funny. Talk about sometimes not wanting to record an episode, and I was dragging my feet today. I had a little bit of my notes together, hadn't quite polished it up. Not that I'm the best writer, so I know it might not be all polished, but I still had a little bit of work to do, and I just didn't feel like it. But you know what? I remembered, and I reminded myself of the reason why I have this goal. And then all of a sudden, you know what? doing the work is so much easier. Yes, it's still work. No matter what goal you have, you still got to put in the work. It's still hard work. It still takes effort. But it's so much easier when you have a big, powerful, driving, motivating, inspiring reason why you want to achieve your goal. When you want to make progress, when you really want to make progress, and you're struggling with it at all, remind yourself of your reason why. Get into your values and the things that drive you. Get into the big things in your life and how being the best that you can be, living the best life that you can live, taking action toward the things that are important to you. Get into why those things are important and how they will benefit you and the things that are important to you in your life. Like, hold on tight to that driving motivation. Because motivation kind of wanes and it's a feeling, right? But when you have a reason that is so powerful that just uttering the words out loud gets you fired up, it's kind of like motivation on demand. You got it whenever you need it. You just got to keep pulling it out so that you can keep going forward. So if you're ever struggling with making progress, go back to your reason why. Use it. Use it to make yourself do the work. Use it to make yourself take action. Because doing the work, taking action, that's what's going to lead to the progress. You just got to overcome this mindset and this, mental game so that you can keep doing the work. And I guess I said it enough, but I'm going to bring it home one more time. The major take-home for this episode, and starting off with this Make Progress series, the major take-home is have that reason you want to achieve your goals. Have it really big, really powerful. Expand it. Get it as huge as you possibly can. And as soon as you're starting to drag your feet, declare that reason out loud. Speak those words into existence, and then get yourself to do the work you need to do. And that can help get you to move forward, make progress to achieve your goals. But hey, I know there's a lot of things that hold people back. There's a lot of barriers and challenges and struggles that stop people, that might be stopping you from making the progress that you want in your life. So we got this series going on, but on top of this series, I also have 7 goal killers to avoid. There's 7 common barriers, common goal killers that stop all progress and prevent you from achieving your goals. You can go to nickmazey.com/7GK. That's nickmazey.com/7GK, or the link is in the show notes here. Get the download cheat sheet. Get it. And then also, once you get it, I'm going to share in some emails how to kind of address each one of those goal killers and some more information so that you can really dive in to how you can overcome the challenges that might be stopping you. Once again, that's nickmazey.com/7GK. Get the cheat sheet, take action, make progress, achieve your goals, and live the life you want to live. Thank you for listening to the Enjoy Life podcast. I'm glad you're here, and I can't wait to dive more into this Make Progress series with you next week. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the series that's coming up. All right, take care. I want to take just a moment right here to say I am glad that you're here. I am glad that you're joining in, you're listening in, you're taking action, you're following through on some of the information that we talk about. The pieces that apply to your life, that resonate with you, you're doing something about it. And that's awesome. I love that. I love that so much because I believe that you are powerful, you are capable. I believe you can claim your power to guide your life to go in the direction that you want to go and enjoy it. That's what this podcast is here, and this is what my message is here for you to do. But I am counting on you a little bit. I'm counting on you to help share this message with other people. There's a million podcasts out there these days, and if you take just a moment, just one quick moment, you can help more people to find this message. You can either share it on social media, or you can take a second and just give a rating and review. That way more people can find this podcast, this episode, and this message. I want this message to help you, and I want it to help the people that you know that it might resonate with too. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for sharing this message. Thank you for being you. All right. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again soon.